Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to unpack the terrifying reality and, honestly, the heroic containment of the 2026 Bundibugyo outbreak. We're relying strictly on grounded data and reports from the front lines to reconstruct exactly how this all went down. So if you're ready to see how a microscopic pathogen can literally bring entire health systems to a standstill and how human resilience pushes back, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, let's dive straight in. Picture this. It's May 5th, 2026, and an eerie, deadly silence has fallen over the Mongwalu health zone in the Democratic Republic of Congo's Ituri province. And you know, this wasn't a peaceful silence. It was the massive red flag of a mystery illness that had just started rapidly claiming lives. And tragically, it wasn't just hitting the general public. It was actually striking down the very medical workers who had dedicated their lives to stopping it.
Moving right along to Section 1, the beginning of danger, discovering the virus. Now, the sheer speed of a modern health crisis, it is staggering. Look at this timeline. It starts on May 5th with that mystery illness in Mongwalu. Fast forward just 10 days, and specialized labs in Kinshasa confirm the horrific truth. It's the Bundibugyo virus, which is a rare and incredibly deadly strain of Ebola. Literally one day after that, the World Health Organization steps in and declares a public health emergency of international concern. And by May 18th, the virus is already crossing borders. The velocity here is just terrifying when you track it day by day. And here is a totally crucial point. This was not an isolated incident. The Minister of Health actually had to officially declare this as the 17th Ebola outbreak in the country's history. 17 times. 17 times this nation has had to mobilize against one of the deadliest pathogens on the planet. I mean, it's a massive testament to their continuous battle, but it also shows the absolute immense strain on their health infrastructure.
All right, Section 2, rapid spread and crossing borders.
So by May 18th, which is just under 2 weeks since that initial silence in Mongwalu, the numbers were spreading like wildfire. We're talking 516 suspected cases scattered across 7 different health zones in 2 Congolese provinces. Can you imagine the logistical nightmare of that? Trying to track, test, and trace over 500 people in a dense, geographically challenging region all in just a matter of days? Tragically, the outbreak claimed 131 lives in the DRC within mere weeks. But as we know, viruses don't respect lines on a map. As people moved, the pathogen hitched a ride right along with them, rapidly shifting this threat from a localized, regional crisis to a full-blown international one. And this is where the situation got incredibly complex. The pathogen crossed the border with travelers directly into Kampala, the bustling capital of neighboring Uganda. This led to one confirmed death right there in the city. Authorities had to act with lightning speed, instantly identifying and placing 47 contacts under strict medical observation. They basically had to throw everything at this to prevent a massive urban spread in such a highly populated environment. That brings us to Section 3, inside the medical danger zone.
So how do frontline workers even survive this? Well, medical staff utilize this sort of astronaut-like armor because there is absolutely zero margin for error when you're facing a highly contagious enemy like Bundibugyo. It all starts with Layer 1, double gloves. Then you add Layer 2, fluid-resistant gowns. Next is Layer 3, medical masks. And to top it all off, Layer 4, complete eye protection. I mean, think about it. It is a grueling, exhausting uniform to wear, especially in the intense heat. But adhering strictly to these precautions, that's literally the only way healthcare workers can safely treat patients without becoming casualties themselves.
And that intense discipline dictates how the entire treatment facility is structured, all to prevent cross-contamination. Hospitals use an incredibly rigid isolation protocol. Suspected cases? They are isolated immediately upon arrival, and this is key. They are kept strictly separated from confirmed cases while they wait for their lab results. You absolutely have to guarantee that a potentially healthy person, or just someone with a totally normal fever, isn't accidentally exposed to a confirmed carrier inside the very hospital they went to for help. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, scientists are examining human samples inside BSL-3 Fortress labs. These are highly secure, biosafety Level 3 laboratories specifically designed to handle dangerous pathogens. While the security? Because these samples are treated quite literally like biological bombs. Before anyone even begins testing, technicians have to deactivate the virus using incredibly powerful chemicals. They must neutralize the threat first, just to make sure the medical staff survives the testing process itself. Let's move on to Section 4, treatment protocols and last hope. Now, while there's no magic bullet or instant cure for this, these treatment protocols create the definitive line between life and death. Medical teams pour all their focus into intensive supportive care. What that looks like in practice is aggressive fluid replacement to combat the severe vomiting and diarrhea the virus causes. It requires 24/7 constant monitoring of vital organs to prevent total systemic failure, and the foundational step making all of this possible, immediate early diagnosis. The faster you identify the virus, the faster you can kickstart these supportive treatments, which drastically improves a patient's chances of survival. But the protocol extends well beyond just the living. Safe and dignified burials are absolutely essential to break the chain of infection. Even in the midst of profound tragedy, methodical science has to prevail. The virus actually remains highly infectious even after a patient passes away, so disinfecting every single corner of the treatment centers and ensuring safe, highly regulated burials is literally the only way to stop the virus from finding its next victim. It's a heartbreaking reality, for sure, but it is a fundamentally necessary scientific step. So as rigorous scientific protocols stands as our only shield, we have to ask ourselves, are we truly prepared for nature's next invisible enemy? I really hope this explainer sheds some light on the incredible mechanics, the blistering speed, and the heroic containment efforts of the 2026 Bundibugyo outbreak. It really is a powerful testament to human resilience and scientific dedication. But at the same time, it leaves us with a haunting final thought about the fragility of the global health systems we all rely on, every single day. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this critical data. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and stay curious.